Greetings, fellow DC fans. That's right, it's DCEUcember 2023. And this month, I'm only going to be looking at three movies. And those movies are Shazam, Fear of the Gods, The Flash, and Blue Beetle. Unfortunately, I won't be reviewing Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom because, well, A, it hasn't come out yet, and B, I'm probably going to review it next year so that way, after everyone's had a chance to watch it and stuff like that, so that way I won't give you, that way I won't spoil anything. So there you go. But yeah, anyway. So let's kick things off with Shazam, Fury of the Gods. 4 years after Thaddeus Sivana's defeat, Hesper and Calypso, daughters of the Titan Atlas, break into the Krampus Museum in Athens, Greece, and steal the wizard's broken staff. They take it to the wizard, who was imprisoned in the god's realm, and force him to repair the staff to reactivate its powers. In Philadelphia, Billy Batson and his Shazamily save people on the collapsing Benjamin Franklin Bridge, but are called out for its destruction. The group is drifting apart as they grow up and pursue their own interests. Billy's worrying about being kicked out of the Vasquez family when he turns 18. In a dream, the wizard warns Billy about the daughters of Atlas, prompting the Shazamily to begin researching them. Freddie Freeman, still bullied at school, falls for a new girl named Anne, to whom he shows off his superhero self. Hesper and Calypso arrive with the staff to steal Freddy's powers, and Anna is revealed to be their younger sister, Anthea. Billy and the Shazamily attempt to save Freddy, but the daughters kidnap him and place an indestructible dome around the city, trapping everyone inside. Freddy's in prison with the wizard in the god's realm. The daughters reveal that they want revenge because the wizard killed their father. Meanwhile, the Shazamily enter the Rock of Eternity, where they encounter a sentient pen named Steve, which they use to draft a letter to negotiate with Hesper for Freddy's release. Billy meets Hesper at a local restaurant and, while the meeting is initially cordial, she and Calypso soon fight the Shazamily. Pedro loses his powers during the fight, while Hesper is captured and taken to the Rock. Having planned her capture, Hesper easily breaks out and steals the golden apple, the seed of the tree of life. Meanwhile, Freddy and the wizard attempt to escape the god's realm with his sympathetic Anthea's help, just as Hesper returns with the apple. Zeus argues Hesper and Anthea want to use the apple to revive their realm, while Calypso wishes to plant it on Earth to destroy it. Freddy steals the apple, but it is discovered. Billy and the Shazamily show up, and Freddy reacquires his powers. Billy and the Shazamily merge with the wizard in the Vasquez home, who reveal their secret identities to their foster parents. Calypso appears with a dragon named Aladdin to acquire the apple and destroy the Vasquez house. A chase ensues throughout the city as the family attempts to keep the apple away from Calypso, but everyone except Billy loses their powers in the skirmish. Calypso retrieves the apple and uses it to plant the tree at the Citizens Bank Park, which spawns various monsters to attack the city. Hesper and Anthea object to their sister's destructive plan, but Calypso mortally wounds Hesper and depowers Anthea. Billy, in despair, asks the wizard to revoke his powers, but the wizard assures him that he is a true hero who is worthy of them. Heeding the wizard's words, Billy flies up to stop Calypso, while the Shazamily enlists the help of unicorns to fend off the other monsters. Billy persuades the dying Hesper to help him stop Calypso. Realizing the dome reacts violently to his lightning, Billy lures Calypso to the park while Hesper shrinks the dome to contain them. Billy fights Calypso and Aladdin before killing them both by whirling his staff with electricity, destroying the tree and Calypso's army with them, at the cost of his own life. Hesper acknowledges Billy as a true god before succumbing to her wounds, causing the dome to disappear. Anthea takes Billy's grieving family to the god's realm for his burial. Diana Prince, the Amazon princess with godly powers, appears and repairs the staff, imbuing it with her power and using it to revive the god's realm, restoring Anthea's powers, and resurrect Billy. Billy, in turn, uses the staff to restore his siblings' powers. The Shazamily rebuild their home while Anthea and Freddy start a relationship and the wizard takes up residence on Earth. In a mid-credits scene, Emilia Harcourt and John Economos attempt to recruit Billy into the Justice Society of America on behalf of Amanda Waller, but leaves after he calls them out for being too similarly named to the Justice League. In a post-credits scene, a still incarcerated Savannah encounters Mr. Mind once again, enraged that he has not begun enacting their plan. What kind of plan that is. Anyway, so let's look at the production, beginning with the development. With the successful opening of Shazam in April 2019, Henry Gayden was revealed to be returning to write the script for a sequel. Director David F. Sandberg and producer Peter Safran were also expected to return. According to Sandberg, the plot point of Fawcett City, Philadelphia being trapped under a dome was inspired by the Simpsons movie. Later that month, Michelle Barth, who portrayed the adult superhero form of Mary Bromfield in the first film, said she signed a 5-picture deal for the role and was expected to return for at least one sequel. Zachary Levi confirmed in June that he was returning to star Shazam in the sequel and revealed that writing had begun ahead of a planned filming start in mid-2020. Sandberg and much of the first film's crew were confirmed to return in December 2019, when New Line Cinema and Warner Bros. Pictures scheduled the sequel for release on April 1st, 2022. This was delayed in April 2020 to November 4th, 2022 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In October 2020, the release date was once again shifted to June 2nd, 2023. Later release dates were December 16th, 2022 and December 21st, 2022. In August 2022, the final release date of March 17th, 2023 was announced. And now on to the pre-production. In June 2020, Marta Milans confirmed that she would reprise her role as foster mother Rosa Vasquez from the first film, and revealed that filming had been delayed by the pandemic. The film's title was revealed to be Shazam! Fear of the Gods during the virtual DC Fandom event in August 2020, where the returning cast members confirmed including Ashley Angel as teenager Billy Batson and Levi as his adult super counterpart, Jonathan Grazer as Frederick Freddie Freeman, and Adam Brody as his adult counterpart. Faith Herman as Darla Dilley and Megan Good as her adult counterpart, Grace Fulton as Mary Bromfield, Ian Chen as Eugene Choi, and Ross Beller as adult counterpart, and Jovan Armand as Pedro Pena with DJ Cotrona as his adult counterpart. Next month, Levi said filming would begin in early 2021. The film's release date was delayed again in October 2020 to June 2nd, 2023. The following month, Mark Strong said he was waiting to hear if he would be returning as Dr. Thaddeus Savannah in the sequel. In January 2021, Good said that filming would begin that May, and Richard Ziegler was cast in an undisclosed key role the next month. Following her exhaustive filming schedule for Maria and West Side Story, Ziegler booked a meeting with the DCEU casting director Rich Delia, who was thinking about her for Kara's role / Supergirl in The Flash. Ziegler reached out to Sasha Calle, but Delia told her that he thought she could audition for Anthea in the Shazam sequel. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Ziegler read on for the role through Zoom with Sandberg and Dylan Grazer, doing chemistry tests with the latter, who was instrumental in her casting due to suffering, giving the option to choose, and Dylan Grazer chose Ziegler out of admiration for her work in the West Side Story remake. Safran was producing the film through his company, the Safran Company, while Jeff Johns was also set to produce. Jones was ultimately credited as executive producer. In March, Helmer was cast as Hespera, a daughter of Atlas, with Ziegler reported to be playing Hespera's sister, Anthea. Lucy Liu was cast as Calypso, another daughter of Atlas, the next month. Strong said in May that he would not appear in the sequel, and Cooper Andrews was confirmed to reprise his role as his foster brother Victor Vasquez from the first film. Chris Morgan contributed to the film's script. Early during the film's development, Sandberg wanted to bring back Mr. Mind, a villainous character teased in the mid-credits scene of the first film whom Sandberg voiced, for the sequel in a bigger role. His inclusion was ultimately dropped due to it requiring too much of the film's runtime, aside that he had to drop off several elements not to overstuff the film. In addition to bringing Gal Gadot back as Diana Prince / Wonder Woman, Sandberg initially had planned to have cameo appearances of Clark Kent, of Cal / Clark Kent / Superman, and Bruce Wayne / Batman by showing Superman unsuccessfully trying to break the dome while Batman just stands there and looks at Superman. And now on to the filming. Principal photography began on May 26, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia, with Guilherme Pados serving as cinematographer. Production of the film was delayed from an initial mid-2020 start due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In June, Sandberg revealed that Fulton was also portraying the adult superhero form of Mary in the film, replacing Barth. Fulton's hair and makeup adjusted for the superhero version. A month later, set photos revealed that Jimon Hansu will be reprising his role as the wizard Shazam. Filming concluded on August 31st, 2021. And now finally onto the post-production. In March 2022, Warner Bros. Adjusted its release schedule due to the impacts of COVID-19 on the workload of visual effects vendors. The Flash and Aquaman Lost Kingdom were moved from 2022 to 2023 to allow time for their visual effects work to be completed, while Shazam: Fury of the Gods was moved up to Aquaman and Lost Kingdom's previous release date of December 16, 2022, because it would be ready for release earlier. In April, the film's release was pushed back 5 days to December 21st to avoid competition with Avatar: The Way of Water. Rizwan Manji was revealed to be appearing as an unnamed character in July 2022. Manji was suggested for the role by Safran, who also produced the DCEU television series Peacemaker, which Manji portrayed Jamil. Sandberg approved the casting, despite the series being set in the same universe as the film, because he thought Manji only had a small role in Peacemaker. He was surprised that Manji has a significant role and appears in the title sequence of the series. Peacemaker creator James Gunn suggested that Manji's character in Fear of the Gods could be Jamil's brother. In August, after Warner Media merged with Discovery Inc. to form Warner Bros. Discovery, the studio delayed the film to March 17, 2023, again taking Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom's previous release date to help spread out the marketing and distribution costs for its feature films. This also moved Fury of the Gods away from Avatar: The Way of Water. By the start of November, Sandberg confirmed that the final cut was complete and ready for release. The final wave of the film's marketing campaign revealed Gal Gadot's cameo appearance as Diana Prince / Wonder Woman, reprising a role from prior DCEU. Sandberg was upset by this reveal, as he intended the cameo to be a surprise. The film's mid-credit scene sees Jennifer Holland and Steve Agee reprise their DCE roles as Emil Harcourt and John Economos. The scene was originally the post-credit scene of Shazam's spin-off film Black Adam, and featured members of the Justice Society of America from that film, but Black Adam star Dwayne Johnson vetoed both moves, forcing Sandberg to bring in Holland and Agee. Strong and Sandberg reprised their roles in the film's post-credit scene. The visual effects were made by D&EG, Pixmondo, Stereo D, OneFX, Territory Studio, Method Studios, Static Shore Productions, Rise VFX, and Scanline VFX. So overall, as a follow-up to the first movie, this one is actually pretty darn good, and yeah, I'm actually surprised that it bombed, so yeah, but anyway, what can you do? Anyway, so overall, I give Shazam: Fury of the Gods 3 bad signals out of 5. And yeah, I don't remember what my scoring rubric is, so I'm just going to say bad signals. So yeah, anyway, so tune in more as we take a look at The Flash. So until then, in the words of my favorite DC hero and my favorite hero of all time, I'm here to fight for truth, justice, and better tomorrow.